Hyun just revealed the most adorable and slightly embarrassing secret about son Ye Jin, and it all started with a tiny gift. Hey K-drama lovers! Welcome back to K-EntBuzz, your home for the sweetest, juiciest, and most heart-fluttering celebrity love stories from Korea and beyond. Today, we're diving into Hyun's cutest and funniest confession about son Ye Jin and the surprisingly meaningful gift that still makes her smile to this day. Trust me, you'll want to hear this right until the very end. So, if you love stories that make your heart melt, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and let's get started. If you truly love someone, you'll find the perfect way to make them smile, even if it means revealing your deepest secrets. That's exactly what happened when Hyun, the man who stole hearts worldwide with his calm, charismatic charm, let down his guard and made one of the cutest and funniest confessions about his wife, son Ye Jin. We all know Hyun as the cool, composed Captain Ri from Crash Landing on You, a man of few words but deep emotions. But behind the scenes, away from the cameras, there's another side of him. The playful, romantic, and sometimes adorably awkward husband who is head over heels in love with son Ye Jin. And in this rare and heartwarming story, Hyun opened up about a moment that not only revealed his softer side, but also showed just how much thought and meaning he puts into making Ye Jin happy. It all started during an interview when the host, trying to lighten the mood, asked Hyun a casual but tricky question. What's the most meaningful gift you've ever given? At first, he smiled shyly, that classic Hyun smile that makes fans swoon. But then, after a brief pause, he laughed and said, "You know, I'm not very good at picking gifts. I always worry if it will be useful, or if she will like it. But there's one gift I gave her that, let's just say, she still teases me about it to this day." The audience leaned in. The interviewers smiled knowingly. And Hyun, realizing there was no turning back, began his confession. It turns out that early in their relationship, Hyun had been desperately trying to find something unique for Ye Jin, something that would be both practical and deeply personal. He didn't want the usual luxury handbags, expensive jewelry, or designer perfumes. He wanted something that said, "I know you. I noticed the little things about you." So one day, while they were out for a walk, he noticed Ye Jin stopping at a small street stall, smiling at a simple handmade trinket. She didn't buy it. She didn't even say much, but Hyun caught that fleeting look in her eyes. That was all it took. A few days later, he secretly went back to that same spot. The stall was still there. He bought the little handmade charm, which cost almost nothing compared to the things he could easily afford. But in his mind, it was priceless. When he gave it to her, she burst into laughter. Not because she didn't like it, but because she was genuinely touched by how much he paid attention to the smallest details. But here's where the funny part comes in. Hyun admitted that along with the charm, he wrote a tiny note. And on it, he had tried to be romantic but ended up sounding hilariously cheesy. He said, "I wrote something like, 'This will keep you safe when I can't be there to protect you.'" Ye Jin apparently teased him for weeks about that line. She would jokingly wave the charm at him whenever they were apart, saying, "Don't worry, I'm safe. Your magic charm is working." Fast forward to years later. That little trinket is still with her. Hyun revealed that she keeps it tucked away in a special place, and whenever she sees it, she remembers the day he gave it to her. And here's the part that made fans' hearts melt. Hyun said, "It might not be the most expensive gift, but I think it's the most meaningful. Because it's still with her, and it still makes her smile." That moment in the interview was pure gold. The audience laughed, the interviewer gushed, and fans across the world couldn't stop sharing clips of it online. Not just because of the cute story, but because it perfectly captured the essence of Hyun and son Ye Jin's relationship, a bond built not on grand gestures, but on the little moments that matter most. It's also a beautiful reminder that in love, it's not about how much you spend, but how much of your heart you put into what you give. For Hyun, the truest gift was paying attention, noticing the sparkle in Ye Jin's eyes over something so simple, and turning that into a lasting memory they both cherish. Even now, after their fairy tale wedding and becoming parents, you can still see the same spark between them. They may live in the glamorous world of Korean entertainment, but at their core, they're just two people deeply in love, finding joy in teasing each other and treasuring even the smallest of tokens. Hyunbin's confession wasn't just a story about a gift. It was a window into the kind of partner he is: observant, thoughtful, and willing to be a little silly if it means making his wife laugh. And maybe that's why their love story has captured so many hearts. Because in the end, the most meaningful gifts aren't the ones that come in velvet boxes or with glittering price tags. They're the ones that carry a piece of your heart, a memory you share, and a reminder that someone truly sees you, even in the smallest moments. So the next time you see a tiny charm or a little trinket, remember Hyunbin's story. Remember that sometimes the smallest gift can hold the biggest meaning. And who knows? Maybe one day you'll give or receive something that becomes your own most meaningful treasure. And that, dear viewers, is Hyunbin's most meaningful gift to son Ye Jin, a tiny charm with a big story, proving that in love, it's never about the price tag, but the thought and the memories it carries. Even after all these years, that little trinket still makes them laugh, still makes them smile, and honestly, it makes all of us believe in love a little more. If this story warmed your heart, imagine how many more sweet and inspiring moments are out there just waiting to be shared. That's why we're here at K-EntBuzz, to bring you closer to your favorite stars and the love stories that feel like they came straight from a K-drama script. So, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bell so you'll never miss a single heart-fluttering update. Share this video with your fellow K-drama fans, because love like this is too precious not to spread. Until next time, keep the magic of K-dramas alive in your heart, and remember, somewhere out there, your own meaningful gift might be waiting to find you. We'll see you in the next video.